In this video I'm going to take a look at how to draw a standard head detail. So starting off, we need to set up a cavity wall, and I'm going to go with a standard cavity wall of 100 outer leaf, 100 inner leaf and 150 cavity. We're drawn to a scale of 1:5, so that's 20, 30 and 20. So I'll start with that there. I haven't any details about how far to come up or down or anything like that there, so I'm going to come down from the top 50 millimeters, which is allowing for one block above the lintel, and the lintel being 100 millimeters by 100 millimeters. It can be smaller lintels, bigger lintels, depending on the window opening, and you can see I'm putting in the reinforcing bar in this here as well. One might do in the middle. In this case I'm putting in two on this. I'm drawing a line showing my 100 millimeter of insulation. The sizes that I'm showing here are for the heights that you could actually go above the lintel. It could be a 4-inch soap bar, 100 mil, or 150 millimeters. I'm drawing a block up here, and you can see I still have a little bit of space above that there. And this here I'm showing the drawing of the step DPC, which is coming out past the 100 mil insulation, and it's coming down to an angle meeting the lintel. And I'm drawing the plaster on the outside with a reveal, a 100 millimeter proud reveal, and you can see that the step DPC should stop. Well, it'll actually be trimmed off after the plastering's finished, but it should stop enough that it covers outside the plaster. Inside this here I have another piece of insulation that's been pushed up inside of the step DPC. You can see I'm shading it here. That could be put as a preformed cavity closer, either or. It would still be left that when the wall's been built, the builder will leave the DPC hanging down, and it has to be pushed up and into place, and it's only after the plaster is done with the window frame in that it can be trimmed off. You can see that I'm drawing a head of the frame. I'm making this 150, which is the full of the cavity, by 75, and I'm drawing a window frame and casement into this here, which is 75 by 75, and it's overlapping that there by 25 millimeters. I'm just drawing the mouldings on it. Mouldings will vary from one to another, but in the casement what I'm doing here is I'm starting by drawing the glass or the glazing on the outside and the inside, and then I finish off by the middle pane. And that I should be, so in the scale I'll probably have 10 millimeters within which to do that there. And you can see I'm just going around an offset from the outside of the frame to show that there's a thermal break or insulation in that. Cavities of windows will vary from window to window. The more cavities, the stronger the frame, and all that sort of thing. So, and between where the two frames would meet, where the casement and the frame would meet, obviously there would have to be rubber seals and all that sort of thing in it as well. On the internal part here I'm drawing the air tightness tape, where it would have to be sealed up against the window and over that internal part of the lintel. Now the air tightness tape technically cannot be put on until after the plaster will be done, or the first the coating of plaster will be done, but for us to show it on the diagram here, it's easier to just draw it as you see it. And of course all the details need to go in. Use guidelines for your details. You can see I'm just randomly putting in a whole load of different guidelines, and I'm going to go back and start to stick in each of these details. So my cavity, you could put it in inner leaf 100, outer leaf 100, whichever way you want to put that in. The wall tie at the top actually has to be in there, because naturally enough you can't put any insulation above without the wall tie being placed into it. With the size of the lintels as well too, I've gone for by 100 by 100. It could be 100 by 75. The window frame I've put in 100 by 75 this time, and the previous drawing I think I went 100 by 60. No big deal. It's probably easier to go by 100 by or 150 by 175, and then the frame 75 by 75. It's easy kind of to look at. You know that it's halfways across and all that sort of thing. Like visually, it's very easy to spot things on it. Other details then are as per the drawing here.